What is going on, YouTube? I'm gonna make a quick video today showing you a brand new Moov SaltCell. They were nice enough to send it out to me to check it out. We're gonna put it on our pool here at the house where we test a lot of products before we put them onto our own projects. So as you can see right here, this is the system. So it comes with a transformer and the SaltCell. So let's take this bad boy out the box and see what it looks like. Everything's nice and clean. Here's your SaltCell. Here are some unions that look like 1.5 inches. We'll check that out. And then here are some definitely 2-inch unions. And they give you a little bit of mounting hardware, which is always nice. We'll take this out. And in here, this must be a flow sensor kit. Yep, this is unique. Pretty cool. Comes with some paperwork. We won't use that. And then here is this bad boy. Next, take this out of here and then I'll show it to you. So here's everything kind of laid out. I will look at this for one thing. As you can see, this SaltCell has an in and an out that are a little bit different than what you might be used to. Initially, I'm not a huge fan of that, but maybe it'll grow on me. I did want to look to see the orientation, and as you can see right there, that is what is supposed to happen. So hopefully we won't need that after that, but now you know. And then I'll go the extra mile and give you this little satisfaction. So cool. Also on the back here, I noticed there is a grounding lug. So pretty cool. So I wanted to say one thing, and Tyler, I love you, man, if you're watching this. I was at a job site with my dear friend Tyler, and he had a can of glue sitting on top of a heat pump. That can of glue happened to fall off the heat pump, and it fell directly into a SaltCell, very similar to what you see here, and completely coated the fins on the inside of the SaltCell. So maybe don't do that. The reason I have this open is I was curious about these plugs in the bottom, and unfortunately, my thought was correct, is that there is a mark that says RS485 right here, and I was hoping to maybe use that on this. Not the end of the world, but these little plugs here, here, and here, don't try to take those off. There's actually a little nut on the backside, and that's just gonna fall off inside the unit. So that's one little note. All right, so a little bit of frustration here. First thing that I'm not super happy with is the SaltCell needs to go on the plumbing and the transformer needs to go on the wall. And this is really not a very far distance here, you know, like most setups. This cord on the SaltCell is only about 6 feet. So unfortunately, I'm gonna have to kind of plumb over where I put this SaltCell and kind of make it work. Fairland, Moov, we love your products. We want to use your products. Please listen to us. We'd like a longer cord. One other thing that would be maybe a little better, not the end of the world, is that a little junction box here on the bottom of the transformer might be a little nicer than cutting the cord and running inside with a grommet, but I'm gonna get to work on that and I will be back. All right, so I got it all plumbed in. Ended up going with this orientation here. In the manual, it says that this is okay, but it's suboptimal. Here is the flow switch, pretty easy to install. There's an arrow on it as well. I kind of wish that was a normal flow switch, just if you ever had one that went bad, you could kind of replace it with whatever you could find off the shelf. Not a huge deal. And then I got the transformer mounted there on the wall. So I'm gonna go ahead and crank this thing up and see how she does. All right, so I've got it turned on from the automation system. You can change the percentage output, which is interesting. 120 is max. If you weren't on max, you could actually hit that lightning bolt button and it'll bump it up to 120. You can also click through here and do some schedules. I'm just gonna leave it right there for now, and I'm gonna set some schedules on my SaltCell relay, and hopefully that will just come on and remember where it was at, it appears to. Probably make a part 2 video and let you know how that goes, but initially that's how I've got it going, and it is on, so I'll show you the cell bubbling. So I've turned the pump speed down to a pretty slow speed, maybe 20 or 30%. And I just wanted to show you, you can actually see this is where the chlorine gas and the hydrogen byproduct is coming off this SaltCell. And it is just flooding off of this thing on max settings. So I actually have some green in my pool right now. We've had some rain and I haven't been keeping up. So I'm hopeful that if I leave this thing on like this for a couple days, maybe 24 hours, it'll clear my pool up. I'll come back to you with part 2 video, maybe a follow-up of how I've liked using this cell, but pretty cool. You can just see it dumping off of there. So far so good. So we got everything installed just in time for the rainstorm. My pool does have some green in it. I'll show you right here. A little bit of neglect, a little bit of summertime's hitting. I'll say the 2 things that kind of bother me a little bit about the product so far are the cord length and the junction box / plug style. A lot of pool guys will really like having a place to wire everything up and having a little ample room for a job that might be a little different or further away. So those are the 2 things. Everything else is fantastic. All in all, I've had fantastic luck with the Fairland product so far. Moov. Their heat pumps are phenomenal. Their pool pumps have been a great option for a lot of customers. I've had 0 issues. Fantastic pricing for distribution. So thanks for checking this video out, and we will see you on the next one.